Welcome. Today, we had an update to Obsidian, with some new base functionality. If you are an insider, you're gonna get what I'm gonna talk about. If you're not an insider, here's a little preview of what you'll get if you get it when it comes public. Before I get into that, today's episode is brought to you by a sponsor. It's a sponsor named Cameron. I don't know if you know this guy. He's actually been making comic books and video stuff, and he's done audio dramas. He's done a lot of creative stuff throughout his life, and he's gonna have something really cool for you if you want to help support his endeavors. So stick around after the Obsidian stuff, and I'll let you know then. And if you don't care, then after the Obsidian stuff, just tune out. It's cool. I get it. All right, so what's new in V1.10? All right, so tons of new features to bases. Kind of true. Kind of true. We got some cool stuff. So, I've played around with some of it, and some of it we'll figure out together. So, added a group by feature in the sort menu, which is better than I thought it would be. Very cool. I'll show you that. We can group stuff by specific properties. Table summaries I have not used yet, so we'll explore that together. To use them, right-click a table column and choose Summarize. Choose from the list of built-in summary functions or write your own. Love it. Obsidian users love when you can write your own functions. New list view lets you display files as bulleted lists and numbered lists. Supports multi-line content and nested properties, so that's interesting. We got a bases API now, so an initial, beginner version. So plugins can start chipping away at adding more custom functionality or integrating into that more effectively. A new Maps plugin lets you visualize your base entries on a map. And this one's actually in the community plugins. So it's an official open source plugin. It's not a core plugin though, I guess. You have to go through the community directory browser thing to get it. Full keyboard navigation for bases. Copy paste support, basic edit history, undo/redo. We got some changes to some of the functions here, or new functions in some cases. Random function, if you want to create a custom formula for randomizing a sort order, which I think a lot of people actually would. It's gonna sound weird, I think. You're gonna be like, well, why would people want it to be in a random order? Well, guess what? If you've got a list of books and you're like, hey, let me look at the ones that I haven't read yet and show them to me randomly. And I'm just, whatever that top one is, that's the next in line, right? Stuff like that I think is really cool, really interesting. And then people like to use Obsidian for a lot of tabletop RPGs and stuff like that. And I'm sure that will be helpful to them if they want to use bases versus data view or some of the other like more niche plugins for stuff like that. So first thing, we got the group by in your data. So I'm gonna show you a base that has, so this has a bunch of stuff in it. It says movies, it's got trading cards, it's got board games and stuff. This is a work in progress, but it's definitely functional enough for what we're doing here. We've got all categories, so this has just everything that's a media note in here, right? Go up here to sort. We now have a group by option right up at the top, right above the sort by that we've always had. Now, if you click that, you can get the gigantic list of properties available. So I'm just going to sort it by type, and it's going to, as you can see, separate it all out. It's going to group it all out. So right up here says type board game, type game, type movie. Boom, you can just keep going, and it's going to have them all kind of grouped up. Very cool, very nice. One thing we don't have, we can't collapse them. That's got to be common, right? That's it. It's nice and simple. Next up, we're gonna have table summaries. I've not used table summaries yet. So let's see. We're supposed to click a column. Let's click a column, right? So it says click. Do we right click? Hide column, summarize. Okay. Let's click summarize on the directors column for all the movies in here. Okay. It brings up a prompt, says find or create. Empty, filled, unique. Oh, add summary. Okay. Oh, let's go unique. What's gonna happen? Okay. So group by this property. Oh, that's nice. So summarize. Okay. So that's interesting. It's just some nice information for you. So basically, it's just you can put a property or a formula in here, and it's just going to give you those values in the little drop down. Add summary, hide summary. I was hoping for something a little more snazzy, but I mean it's functional, it's usable, and I think especially for like kind of like debugging, so to speak, your bases, this will be very useful. So that's nice. What's next on the list? List view. We got a list here. So it's just little bullet points. Let's get rid of some of the stuff because it's kind of a lot. Boom. So that's cool. I like that. If I click this, because it just says list. Oh, here we go. Markers, bullet, number, or none. So I think being able to just toggle it into a numbered list is very nice. And super responsive too. And let's just like, you know, knock that out. Boom, boom, boom. So cool. Very nice, right? I love it. So simple functionality, but we didn't have it before, and it's gonna be useful, I think, definitely. Um, Next up, so now there's a bases API. So they've got a link to the GitHub change. It's got a, the changes, what went into it and all that. So we're just gonna go through line by line and we're gonna really break down how it works. So starting with right here, line 446. And now if you go into the community plugin repository, you just search for, I searched for maps and base. If you, it's called maps, it's just called maps by Obsidian. This is the new community plugin by Obsidian, first party community plugin. Adds a map layout to Obsidian bases so you can display notes as an interactive map view. It looks like if you take a look at the little like pop-up over the icon when you hover or click, you're gonna get, you know, basically that like card view style little information box down there. Very, very interesting, right? Dynamically display markers that match your filters. Use marker icons and colors defined by properties. Load custom background tiles. Find default zoom options. Markers. To display markers on the map, go to the View Configuration menu and select the marker property. Property must contain longitude and latitude coordinates. It's got the formats that are accepted. If you store your properties as separate longitude and latitude properties, you can combine them with a formula property by defining it as an array of coordinates. All right. Icons. You can use you can add icons from Obsidian's built-in Lucide library markers. Colors, you can find colors, accept values as RGB, hex, or CSS variables. So, boom, it's all right there. You can do whatever you want. This is really, really interesting. Now, one thing I did notice, load custom background tiles. No clue how that works. I don't have any base set up that's got coordinates, So I just don't have what's needed right now to test it in this moment. But I'm very interested in what load custom background tiles means because as I mentioned before, Obsidian users are RPG players and video game players and game players and role players and all that love Obsidian. They already use it for world building and storytelling. I use it for a similar type of thing. Being able to have a base with your locations on it, like your fictional locations, and then you can have like a custom map there. I don't know. We got an API. It's coming. It's coming. Something's coming. Someone somewhere. Update out today for Catalyst Insider. And if you're not an insider, fork over $20 or whatever. Or, wait a week or two. But that's a little preview of what's coming to the new Obsidian update. Very cool. Very fun. All right. So, like I said, this episode is brought to you by me. I've been making comic books for a very long time. Since I was 19 or 20, I did a bunch of little mini comics under the name Scrambled Circuits. I did a kind of a full-size paperback of them in 2015 that I did through Kickstarter, and that went very well. That was kind of like the first like big project I did really. And then an editor, and I worked with a bunch of people all across the planet. To do a sci-fi horror mystery little thingy. I did an audio drama in 2016, 2017, 2018. No, it was probably 20. And I like arranged some music for that. And that was like I went like a office by the hour type place. And I went after I went to my full-time job, then I went to my part-time job, and then after that I ran over to my buddy's house. We got his stuff, and we drove down to the office I had rented, and my other buddy, met us there, and she did the narration for it, and we set up this like uh, sound little tent thing that my buddy had made. Little comics in 2020 and 2021, but nothing really since then. And so there's a service called Stamp Fans that basically is a monthly subscription thing, and you get something mailed to you. I upload a PDF. They're gonna print it out and they're gonna mail it to you. It'll be a zine every month, and it's full color. So there's gonna be pictures and stuff, and it's gonna be me talking about what I'm currently working on a little bit and what I hope to do going forward. And it's gonna be a lot of retrospective and maybe like telling stories about putting together some of the stuff I did, and there's a lot planned. And one of the goals is to kind of let it be meandering, and it's gonna really, I hope, have an interesting raw feel to it. So if you go down to the little oh man, this camera stuff is tripping me up. Go down to animalcracker.link/acmezine, ACME zine. It's I think it's gonna be really interesting. I think it's gonna be really fun, and it's gonna be a nice tangible way to help out. I will put up PDF versions, digital versions of them monthly. So the one that I do today will be free in January. So there'll be, if you decide to do it, and there's gonna be a box for a promo code. And in that box, if you type in Stamp Fans, you get the first month free. And you can just unsubscribe if you don't like it. So you'll get a free zine sent to you this month. And fine. Boom. All right. I was gonna say back to you guys in the studio, but that doesn't make any sense. All right.